Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic, host of Bachelor Nation News. And we've got a story here. It looks like Elizabeth deleted some photos that she had done. She had kind of done her own, Bachelorette photo shoot, which I love. It's like a vision board. It's like, you know what? I'm going to do it myself. Why hasn't anyone thought of this before? Did the producer send her a cease and desist? We know they sort of covet the rose. And hey, anyone can take a photo in a bed of roses, right? Or can they? I'm not a lawyer. I'm not sure.
You can't handle
But what I'll
the
tell
truth.
you is we do have some examples from this week where people actually have received cease and desist letters from Bachelor producers and Warner Brothers for intellectual property. I'll discuss that. We'll share all that with you. Enjoy this video. Don't forget to follow us, like the button, and subscribe if you haven't already. A lot of people think they're subscribed and they're not. 50% of our audience isn't subscribed. Do yourself a solid and hit the subscribe button. For God's sakes, please. And also, we're watching this live on the Patreon right now as I make this video. Patreon.com/Dave Neal. I'm going to give you guys some behind the scenes look at the Patreon, okay? I'm going to share it with y'all right this second. So here's what the Patreon looks like, folks. This is a private membership only community where I post all of the live streams, one of which is going on right now. You're inside of it. Oh, we have a big inception moment. We hit up to 213 Patreons and now we're down to 197. Every month you lose a few, you gain a few more. It'd be nice by the end of today to get that number up over 200 again. But again, this helps me keep the bills going, helps me buy all these extra lights and all the other things that I do. So right now we're making a live stream as we record this video. So if you're part of the community, you get to watch how we kind of put all the different thumbnails together, discuss the ins and outs. And if you're trying to grow your own YouTube, this might be a fantastic tool for you guys to have. Also, the other channel, which I've promoted extensively, is the Dave Neal Show. I still get messages every day from people saying, oh my gosh, I didn't know you had another channel. I do. It's non-Bachelor related content. FBI says bring your burner phones to Beijing. What it's like in the Olympic player suites and all the pumping of the Palmers that are happening over there. A lot of sex happening at the Olympics. The View suspense Whoopi. You can see all these stories now. It's all free over at the Dave Neal Show. All right, let's get into this story here. So Elizabeth took her Bachelorette-themed photos off her Instagram. Let's go to her Instagram right now, and we'll take a look at this. Here's her Instagram. She still kept the photo without the roses. The rose may be something that Bachelor producers are trying to keep people from using. Like, this is their cherished thing. I'll tell you about that in a second. She posted this Instagram photo yesterday. I began the season with a simple photo of my great-grandparents and the one question in my heart: what serendipity had brought me to meet this man? I now have my answer. Though I did not find love with Clayton Eckhart and I'm left still searching for my final rose, I did find love in all of you, especially in the neurodivergent community. So very nice of her to share this connection she's been making. And of course, leave it to, leave it to Bachelor Nation to sort of shit on all of her dreams here. But of course, they posted this. Did Elizabeth really stage? Let me do it in a better voice. Did Elizabeth really stage a photo shoot in a red dress and rose petals to make it intentionally look like a Bachelorette promo? Lol. LOL. You darn bitter people. Yeah, she did. She did her own photo shoot. The photos are still up on TikTok and Twitter. And of course, I mean, JoJo, right? Rachel. I mean, these look, it looks identical to the type of photo shoot you would see. So here's the photo still up on Twitter, and then here's the TikTok of it. She, of course, does the old wink right here at the end. Look at that sultry wink. There she is. Take it. And then at the end, they had to get some, intern to pick up all the things here. Now, this is either a photo shoot where she paid the photographer, or it's a photographer friend of hers that wanted to collab, and they did it where, she promotes him, he promotes her. We call that working for trade, which is what you call it when you don't have the money to spend on a project, which is what we all do. All right, so there they are. And then this is now removed from her Instagram. Was it a cease and desist? We don't really know, but here's an example of a cease and desist that did happen. So this is Rochelle, my good friend Rochelle over here. She's a stand-up comedian. We met through stand-up comedy, and not even knowing we both cover The Bachelor. She used to produce for Nick Viall, and now she has the unauthorized Bachelor musical, and she talks about the cease and desist she received. Let's just have a listen.
At Dynasty Typewriter here in LA, a bunch of alumni came. Some even flew in to come. Lauren Zeno was there. It was a big deal. ABC tried shutting my show down. Like they were not happy. And these Bachelor people are under insane contracts, so they were like emailing them like, you better not be going to the show, you better not be promoting it. So I'm like, I'll just stay away from Warner Brothers. I'm not another cease and desist.
So did they send you a cease and desist? Like
Yeah.
what's the legal? I mean, because you're allowed to parody things, right? It's parody law, right?
Yeah, there's parody law. They were like, if this actually is parody, then you're protected. And they were like, you can't use rose petals in your advertising. And I was like, okay, that's fine. You can have your rose petals.
They really like to take a stand on certain things. They're like, we'll give you Bachelor, but get those rose petals out of there. So no rose petals, folks. No rose petals. So it makes you wonder, did Elizabeth receive... So Rochelle received a cease and desist. You're allowed to parody. There are parody laws. You're allowed to make fun of things. Isn't that nice? We live in a country where you can make fun of stupid things. But don't, by golly, don't bring those rose petals into the game. That's the secret weapon. That's what brings all the boys to the yard. That and the milkshake, a rose petal milkshake. That sounds like something you'd buy in Los Angeles. For $13, you can get rose petal infused milkshakes. They're vegan and they come with a mantra. Okay, we got you there, Trisha. All right, so anyway, Elizabeth kept up. It's like you can't stop someone from taking a photo in a red dress, but can you stop? And again, maybe Abby, our legal expert out there in the chat, could let us know. But can you stop somebody from profiting off of the identity of your brand, which apparently that's kind of doing. So whether or not The Bachelor has a lawsuit it really doesn't matter. They have lawyers on retainer. Brian Friedman might want to see this case. Powerful attorney at law. They've got, I am Dave Neal, powerful comedian at Recap. They may have, whether they have a case or not, they can send a letter being like, you're going to want to take that down. And then nobody ever fights it. Wouldn't it be nice to have some sort of legal fund that we could set up? Should I set up a legal fund? This would be nice. If enough of you guys subscribe and join the Patreon, I'm kidding. Maybe we'll have enough money where we can just be like, you know what, Elizabeth, keep the photo up. Let's see how this plays out in court. Just for fun. And I've been saying this for a while. We need a Bachelor court. Who should be the judge? I don't want that sort of pressure to be the Bachelor court judge. Although, where's my ref's hat? Although I will say, maybe I could be the bailiff. Wouldn't it be nice to see bailiff Dave out there? By the way, the Patreon is loving the idea of a rose petal milkshake. So there it is. And of course, Gabby, our good friend in Germany, watching the Patreon live here from Germany, says, I love watching Dave making a video. So cool. Yeah, you get to watch it in the real time and be a part of this community, work with Dave. We're going to be making several hours worth of videos today. So as you're watching this, you might go on Patreon and see what we got cooking up there. So anyway, we saw Rochelle and what she had to say about her Bachelor musical, which is live now in Chicago. I should tell you guys can go check that out live in Chicago. But you know what I'll do is I'll read some of the comments here from what people had to say about her stage photo shoot. Now, of course, I think it's perfectly fine, but it's also kind of funny. It's not cringeworthy to do your own photo shoot to make it look like your Bachelor thing, but it definitely is like a do-it-yourself world where it's like, all right, okay, sure, I was on the show. Let's just pretend. Let's see what it would look like. Let's reimagine what it would look like. It's almost like if you have a lot of money, you can just like produce your own movie. So someone said, Elizabeth, the producers, I hear you like low-budget Bachelorette promos. Dress for the job you want, not the job you have. That's what I say. Fake it till you make it, right? This is her vision board. I'm torn. Here's some criticism. This is a bit extra, but I'm also a bit extra, and red definitely suits her, so I don't hate this. I feel like this is very literally taking Game of Roses' advice of putting yourself in pictures that makes the producers see you in that setting. Maybe she listens. It's a little cringe, but it's a little cringe, but that's fine with me. Someone says, as a shy, reserved introvert, I absolutely love it when people are this extra. It's so entertaining to me. And then the comments after she deleted those photos, whether or not it was because of a cease and desist or because of the shaming she was receiving online. Because as we know, Elizabeth has been well liked within the Reddit Bachelor community. But here's the problem, Elizabeth. They're gonna like you until they don't. That they're sent. they like you now, but then you start giving them some extra and they're going to go, whoa, too much. We liked you before you were cool. It's like, oh, gosh. That's how it is, though. Elizabeth, all right, so here's, I'm trying to find the other photos. So here's the comments from the people that after she had taken the photos down. She changed the caption on one of her wearing a hat. It used to say, looking for who hurt Shanae, and now it says, looking for who stole my shrimp recipe. Interesting. Maybe somebody called her out on it, that it encourages attacks to Shanae. In my opinion, it was pretty harmless, so she decided to edit it. Probably producers told her to take it down since she was trying to make it look like she was the next Bachelor or Bachelorette. She took down just the reel in another photo. I feel like production made her take them down. She looked good there. What a waste of a photo shoot. Yeah, so that's pretty much people are coming to the conclusion that producers had sort of asked her to take it down. What do you guys think? We'll probably never know. Just so you guys know, I did send a message to Elizabeth, who I've never have conversed with before, but I just politely was like, hey, I know you probably can't respond, but did you receive a cease and desist? She wouldn't let me know, but I figured I was nice enough to ask anyway. All right, so that's where we are there. She did just post some new Instagram stories, so before we get out of here, let's just double check that we're not missing anything. Let's take a look at her Instagram stories here. So her last one says, "You guys, I can't. It's a dollhouse bachelor." Okay, so that's very interesting. Whoever makes dollhouse bachelor items, by all means, good for you. So someone's got a lot of free time on their hands. And then the next is, of course, a promo for next week's episode, which, of course, Elizabeth isn't in because she has been voted off the show. So I like it. Fake it till you make it. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Thanks to everyone for joining the Patreon in advance, patreon.com/Dave Neal. And if you want to catch up on other content, go take a look in these videos over here. We got plenty of new content on the Dave Neal Show. And today we're hitting the 4,000 watch hours on Dave Neal Show, which means in just under 4 weeks, we were able to monetize the new channel. Thank you guys all so much for the support. I appreciate y'all so much. We'll see you in a little bit with more content coming your way. Bye now.